So I remember when Friendship Games came out, I remember people were initially disappointed because they were like, oh crap, it's not going to be in theaters. Does that mean not good things for the Equestria universe? Is the show or fandom dying? Because, far be it from bronies to, not be over dramatic. And then I remember I was like, well, I wonder why they're getting a TV movie. I wonder if it's, because it's following Rainbow Rock. So it's like, not to be pessimistic, but I'm like, there's no way it's going to be that good. So I waited till it came on Netflix because, I've got I got 3 game systems and a computer. I'm not going to fucking watch TV. So I watched it on Netflix and I walk away from it going, that was pretty good. And to that, and also Equestria Girls Twilight is best Twilight because that was a good character.
Yeah. So one thing I want to bring up before we
also
start.
Shadow Bolt Academy was one of the most fan servicey things they
Crystal
ever.
Prep.
Crystal Prep is one of the. I like Shadow Bolt Academy better. Crystal Prep. I gotta say right now, I guess they realize that Technicolor works for their villains after the villainesses after the after the sirens. So I tell you what, man, they went like super overboard with some of those characters, like that one that had like 2 lines, but she had the headphones and green hair and became everyone's waifu for a week.
She looked like Wooden Toaster's OC as a girl.
That's what I thought it looked like. I swear half of these are just adapted OCs. I swear to God, I'm like, there's Mondo.
And then you look at like the video I showed you where it's like, dude, you gotta hear the rules of nature.
Dude, Rules of Nature goes with everything, especially Friendship is Magic final boss battles. Just saying, hashtag that 2017.
Yep. But anyway, one thing I want to mention before we start this, because it's been bothering me.
Sorry, I had to get it out one.
It's been bothering me for the past couple weeks. When we did our Equestria Girls review, I feel like we put too much pressure on the score in terms of this is what the movie was after seeing Rainbow Rock's Friendship Games and Legend of Everfree. What would you score it if it was just that movie and nothing else? Would you change your score at all?
I mean, what did I give it? Like a 6 or something?
We both gave it a 6.
Okay. Well, honestly, I mean, I guess 6 is me comparing it to Rainbow Rocks, but honestly, I would leave it about the same. And I mean, not just because the music was okay, but that's just it. The music is okay, and I've been feeling this way for a while because seasons 1 through 2, some of 3, and for the most part 4 was like Daniel Ingram's like peak. So I hold him up to a pretty high standard, and with the exception of Rainbow Rocks, and Equestria Games is pretty good too, but I don't know. It's like the first Equestria Girls just to me didn't really,
it didn't hit that
break
mark.
it didn't really break anything. So I would leave it at a 6 because even comparing it to Rainbow Rocks, it's just about that's how I felt about it in the first place. Honestly, if I was comparing it to Rainbow Rocks, I would have given it like a 4 or 5. But
yeah, well, what I would say is I gave it a 6, and I'm gonna up it to a 7 with it not being part of the Equestria Girls universe because it surpassed my expectations when I first saw it. I knew it wasn't going to be terrible, but I knew that there was going to be a very split reaction. It's similar to how I think of Phantom Menace. Everyone's so severely split on it that you need to see if it surpasses your expectations or fails it. If it fails it, you're not going to like it, but if it surpasses it, you're going to like it. So, in my opinion, it surpassed my expectations for what it could be for a movie at the time. So I would up it to a 7.
I feel you on that. And the thing about Daniel Ingram is that I'm not so pretentious enough, I guess that's the word. I'm not so pretentious enough to think that, I know that not every song from Ingram is going to be a, Hearts as Strong as Horses or a This Day aria. But, I mean, those aren't even my favorite. Those aren't even like my favorite all-time songs from him. Our Strongest Horses is up there. But, the line needs to be drawn that dude is talented AF. And he shows it every season, and he shows it in the Equestria Girls movies. But I don't know. I feel like with the exception of Rainbow Ross, because that was like a second win, I feel like in some of the Equestria Girls songs and in recent seasons, it almost feels like he's been, almost kind of burnt out from it. It feels that way to me. But
yeah. So yeah, I want to talk about the intro to this movie because holy crap, is it good? Because it starts out with a Groner moment. Let's just call it what it is. Because Rainbow Dash says, we have an emergency. Everyone's thinking crap magic is loose again. No, she just needs a new guitar string. And I will bring this up later.
Not setting the best tone, I must admit.
I will bring this up later. But I feel like a lot of these Equestria Girl main 5, they're not growing at all. They're just sticking to their season 1, episode 3 stereotypes.
To be fair, I mean, you know what? Actually, you're right. I was going to say it might seem that way because, what's 6 years of development for ponies going on 7 compared to 4 movies? But when you think about it, the only one that's shown any consistent character development is Sunset Shimmer and now actual Equestria Girls Twilight Sparkle.
Yeah. Which I'll touch upon a little bit later.
Leaving the fandom. Done.
But anyway, they get to where Human Twilight comes
Wow, I
through.
just left the fandom and you don't even care. I see how it is.
Hello, Snakeskin. Welcome back to the fandom. We missed you.
Get out. Okay, you were saying?
So Human Twilight comes on a city bus, and she has this device that's like trying to track magic or whatever, which scientifically, how does that make sense?
Honestly, I was using Denzel Crocker logic.
Okay, I see where you're coming from.
Like he can't prove that fairy godparents exist, but he has the ability to successfully, when you look at it, track them.
So, but anyway, she's tracking magical energy, and she gets to the statue, and she's going around trying to figure out what the source of this is. Sunset Shiver is out on the steps, just, hey, writing to Twilight, which I like that a lot.
Yeah.
The fact that they're kind of like friends and they can page each other in that
Dear
case.
Princess Twilight Sparkle, I got a new outfit changed. What do you think about it? People kind of give me mixed reactions, but I think it actually shows my character development. It's very Tetsuya Nomura of me. Please write back. LOL, love you.
Dear Princess Twilight, everyone loved My Past Is Not Today, but I wonder if I could get another good song in here somewhere. Your friend Sunset Shiver.
Dear Princess Twilight, I'm one of the most developed characters in this franchise when you really look at it, but whether or not they let me become part of the main canon is still up in the air. Then again, if I'm not here, Equestria Girls doesn't happen. So, IDFK.
Yeah. But anyway, so she notices Twilight, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And Twilight runs away and literally is sitting there on the bus, flips back her hoodie, and I'm like, "Oh, thank God they're not like the siren here." Yeah, she doesn't have a TARDIS hoodie.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't.
You could say the sirens are remnants of Gallifrey because their hoodies are like TARDISes.
Oh my God, no.
Anyway, she goes into Crystal Prep, and you have all these nice flashy transitions going from one place from into inside the school and to her little area. And she comes in and she has a picture of the statue, puts it on a clipboard, and the intro happens. And let me just say, this intro is the coolest I've seen for any of the Equestria Girls movies. Don't get me wrong, Rainbow Rocks was great, but this one, that wisp that's going around to the different areas of the cork board, it reminds me of Aladdin so hard. Like almost like a genie sort of wisp. You know what I mean?
I come from a land of... No, it's no, I see what you mean by that. Yeah, it's definitely more of a well, whereas half of Rainbow Rocks was just straight up, you know, a music video. This one was definitely more going for the whole I don't know what the words. I have a shitty vocabulary, but you know, it's far more, I don't want to say, you know, whimsically type of thing. You know, it's like, you know, it's adventurous.
It has an ominous and atmospheric feel to it.
There you go. It's very Disney.
Yeah, and in my case, my favorite video game song of all time is an atmospheric song.
The Great Mighty Pooh.
No, it's actually the Gozoa Palace from Star Fox Adventures, because that song oozes and drips atmosphere, and it's the smooth. Da, 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 da.
God, that was obscure.
But anyway, it just has such great atmosphere with how it comes, and then you have the intro and everything, and it's a nice little ditty. You know, I like how they're using marching band snares instead of an actual drum set snare, because that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, well, it makes sense considering that, like the first Equestria Girls, this is definitely more based in the school than whereas Rainbow Rocks, it's like, yeah, the school's there, but besides the Battle of the Bands thing, it's really more, Rainbow Rocks was more based on the characters than, because the central plot of the first Equestria Girls was like, yo, prom's coming up, high top. This one, you know, it's all about like school pride and shit. Let's go, Wonderbolts.
So let's talk about these characters so that we're not here all day kind of going through the story. Sunset Shimmer has a really, really good reformation, like almost like a face turn, kind of like how Twilight was in the first movie, but executed a lot better. She's trying to figure out why this is all happening. She's writing to Twilight constantly. She can't figure it out. You see that she is stressed out over this because she can't figure this out on her own. And, you know, of course, the Humane Five can't do anything because they're only magically based some of the time. But at the end, when you have her versus Midnight Sparkle, oh my gosh!
Midnight Sparkle, that's what it's called.
Yes.
The
Twilight's little evil form is Midnight Sparkle.
Makes sense. I mean, I guess they weren't going to call it like, you know, Hyper Twilight or something.
Hell, they couldn't even use Nightmare again because they already have Nightmare Moon and Nightmare Rarity.
No, they only have Nightmare Moon.
You don't think the comics are canon?
They only have Nightmare Moon.
All right, calm down. But what
those comics piss me off because it's half pretty good and half why did they even write that? Like that Celestia Sombra storyline, that was so bullcrap. I wanted to choke those writers by the freaking throats. I don't care if one of them's a chick, and people would for some reason care more about me choking her than choking both of them. But you know what? I was just like, that's not Iron Will is a bad guy in that. It's like Iron Will is just freaking Hulk Hogan mixed with Hercule as a bull, and I'm just Oh, I hate the comic. I hate the comics. I like parts of the comics, but they write Twilight worse than the show does.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
At least they had the backstory to Cadence and Shining Armor, and that was a fantastic arc.
That was cool. Until they decided to do that Christmas special for Equestria Girls, where it was just recycling the plot of the Kingdom Crusaders journalism XP episode.
True.
And it was done stupid.
Yeah. Anyway, let's not have you rant another 10 minutes.
It's not my look, it's not my fault that it's not my fault. The point is Equestrian Games is good. It's really and I gotta tell you what, I felt so bad for Human Twilight, because oh my gosh, she is just the butt end of that school, dude. She gets blackmailed into competing for the games and stuff. She's got her little dog Spike, and this Spike doesn't talk, obviously, and their interactions are just so, they're all heartwarming and cutesy and whatever. And I gotta bring this up right now, so since people have seen this by now, so we can jump back and forth. The episode was trying to get me to believe that Twilight gets these powers, and when she uses them, she becomes a selfish monster. And Sunset Shimmer, because she causes a few accidents throughout the games, and Sunset Shimmer is just like, hey, your curiosity is gonna get us killed and crap. And Twilight, I thought that she was gonna be like, especially she's a monster, she was gonna be like, talk about how horrible the people were, but they just ran with the she's being selfish through curiosity angle, and I'm just like, no, that's not. I don't agree with you. Television movie on Netflix.
At least they had that nice moment at the very end where Spike was the one to take her out of it.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
At least one part of the show.
Puppy dog eyes reminded me so much of Puss in Boots. It was so freaking cute.
Oh my god. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I remember thinking that too. I was just like, is Spike gonna be voiced by Antonio Banderas now? What's up?
But anyway, let me get to what I was going to say. Let me think. 3 characters in particular out of the 5, minus Sunset Shimmer, of course. Rainbow Dash, Rarity, and Pinkie Pie. All of them have no character development whatsoever, and they are just kept to their stupid, little, inconceivably stupid character tropes from
just saying,
season 1.
Just saying,
Rainbow Dash is a total douche nozzle. Rarity can't stop talking about fashion, and Pinkie Pie is just as dim-witted and numbskulled as Three's a Crowd.
Life is a runway. No, look, dude, friggin'. The only ones that matter in the Equestria thing is Sunset Shimmer. I don't give a crap about and Human AU whatever exclamation point Twilight Sparkle. I don't give a crap about anyone else in these, honestly. Like Sunset Shimmer and Equestria Girls Twilight. That's top tier. Everything else is -5 stars.
I agree. At least with Fluttershy, she's still cute, and I liked her from the beginning, so it's not a big deal. Yeah. And Applejack doesn't take anyone's shit, ever. She's just like, are you kidding me? And I'm just like, you and everyone else watching these movies, sister. Everyone else.
I'm glad they did that, and they make Fluttershy snark sometimes in this and the regular show. I like that because they need a straight man besides the main protagonist to point out, basically when someone else is being an asshole. Like, I love that about Applejack because she seems to be the only character that's being written self-aware, as like, yeah, I know we're not getting that much depth, but you know what, I'm still going to be the one that at the end of the day, I'm no one's favorite, but I'm no one's least favorite either.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
And with Fluttershy, they're like, okay, we've got a good stride of her being cute and sarcastic for the last few years. Let's just run with that and, try to break the image of her being a cheesy gordita.
And then again, you have, well, guess what, Sassafras? I'm opposite Fluttershy, and I'm tired of being nice and quiet all the time. That was the best scene of that whole episode.
You know what? People that shit on that episode could suck it because they only did it the. I mean, yeah, they've have Fluttershy go all tense and mean and whatever after that. But you know what? It was something different, and it was considering I marathoned when I got in the show. Considering I marathoned seasons 1 through 2, I tell you what, man, that was some built up emotions for Fluttershy marks like me. So I was just like, don't get me wrong, she should have said that to, maybe Rarity, sure, but, probably Rainbow Dash instead of Pinkie Pie. Because for the most part, I mean, they're maybe except for the Green with Envy episode, I mean, those are pretty much the two that are consistently her nicest friends.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Then again, at the time, Rarity and Pinkie Pie were still like they were starting to become more in favor of people, but they were still getting on everyone's nerves. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. They can't all be zingers. What I can tell you is that, and it sucks too, because Rarity is like has some of my favorite moments for the last like 3 years of the show. But oh my God, they cannot write her. And keep in mind, I haven't seen Legend of Everfree yet, but I tell you what, man, they do not know how to write her in these Equestria Girl movies.
Yeah, it's the same thing in Legend of Everfree. They're the exact same.
It's like, oh, geez, we have these established characters from 6 years in the past that have been around for 6 years now. 5 when this movie came out. Geez, I wonder how we're supposed to write them. It's not like any of the writers and animators that are working on this might have potentially worked on the show before.
Yeah, at least it was written by Josh Haber.
Well, that's partially. Oh, God damn it, Josh. But the actual games part of this episode is really cool because okay. Never heard of a school competition that's got dirt bike racing in it.
Which I'm wondering, what sort of things did they have to bring home to their family to have them sign off on, hey, we're going to have a rally cross thing in the front of the school in our football stadium. We didn't know there was going to be vines, but yeah, we're going to be doing this. And then all of a sudden you get it, and it's just like, okay, we had to sign a paper in high school just to go on a field trip to the Pabst Theater to go see A Christmas Carol. How in the heck did they get permissions from all their families to do this?
And you still had to probably donate $10 for school reasons.
Mm-hmm. They're just doing it for felony tax evasion.
I tell you what, man, I can't imagine that. I couldn't imagine being 17. Well, wait a minute. What? Will the parents have to sign anything? Because this is high school. So, like, how do you draw that up? How do you approve that? Who's talking to their school administrator? They're like, you know what I think we should have at these games that would really boost the morale between students and inspire competition. They're like, what's that? And they look at each other and just like, Teenage Nitro Circus up top. It doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
They bring in Johnny Knoxville to coordinate the course and design everything. Then they've got what's that dude's name? The Jackass producer Jeff Lynne or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have him behind all the cameras and stuff producing the whole thing.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Steve-O comes out and punches Pinkie Pie in the face. You guys don't even want to know what Pontius would have done. But what I'm getting at is that these games they're so ridiculous. That was one of the best parts of the episodes because they're flying around, they're roller skating and everything, and it's just like, what the fuck? It's looking like some like retroactive 1950s musical montage of the rollerblading craze and freaking Evil Knievel.
Well, it can't be any worse because they have moon shoes in the last movie.
I would rather have moon shoes than, you know what, that's a lie, because I would just rather have Rarity just stay dressed up as not Tech 9, Daft Punk throughout the whole movie. Tech 9 just be like getting strange and playing games with the ponies in Tech 9. Midwest Killer coming to Equestria. No, but yeah.
You are way too cultured, dude.
Bro, Tech 9's the shit, bruh.
I know that. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. I listen and watch a lot of stuff. I can catch virtually any reference that any old man throws at me. They'll be like, "Boy, what do you know about Clear? It's Clear, rah rah." I'm like, I know John Fogerty could probably beat you in a fight.
Ooh.
But back to the movie. Yeah, no, the games are hilarious. Again, throughout this whole time, Human Twilight is getting blamed for all this crap, and the show, like, she's clearly the sympathetic character in all this, but the show isn't letting her get her word in edgewise to Sunset Shimmer, who the entire time is really skeptical and mean to her, which is kind of weird considering the entire last movie, everyone was really skeptical and mean to her, and, we felt bad for her and wanted everyone to give her a chance to listen to her. But Sunset Shimmer's like the only person that is not willing to like listen to Human Twilight and stuff. I mean, I get it. It's because she's nervous that that Sunset's nervous that Human Twilight might cause harm to her friends. But at the exact same time, I'm like, Sunset, you tried to kill them.
Yeah.
It's not horrible writing. It's not even bad. It's just kind of like mislayered,
Yeah, I know what you mean. But let's talk about Crystal Prep and some of the characters there.
I couldn't tell you any of their names.
Principal Abacus Cinch.
She was a badass, dude.
She was like, I suggest you do the same in getting out of here. And I love this because she's basically, honestly, I wish they almost would have put Miss Harshmany there because I think it's the same voice actress for both characters. That would have been funny. It's like, professionalism, Twilight Sparkle, I must insist. Otherwise, your independent study program is going down the drain.
I tell you what, Abacus Finch, she was giving me vibes of two people. One, the evil principal from Monsters University, which is probably what they were going for, but also the evil stepmom from Cinderella.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Who else was there? I'm trying to think. Like I said, I couldn't name you any of the students, but I do know that their designs were like total waifu bait.
Yeah, Sugar Bell or whatever her name was. The one with the blue one with the pigtails. It's like, you're really bad at that. You should consider not speaking in public. The total literal person is just so funny to me.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's right. Man, they were so mean. Those Crystal Prep kids were so mean. It got to the point where I'm just like, God, dicks.
Yeah, I know, right? So,
sorry, my family's watching the Raiders on football.
Let's see what the score is.
19-16 with 2 minutes in the fourth quarter.
Who?
But yeah, no. So anyway, That's it. I'm trying to remember the songs because I can't remember any of them except for the Canterlot Colts versus Shadow Bolts song in the beginning
rally
of the movie.
song at the beginning.
Yeah, I just said that. So if you repeat what I say,
when you were talking
you're
about
fired.
the Crystal Prep versus, when you said Crystal Prep versus Canterlot High, I was thinking of the one later in the movie during the actual games.
Oh,
the
well, the one they had in the commercials.
Yeah, that was a stupid song. I'm just
You didn't like it?
No, I didn't.
Well,
the rally song I loved, especially when Vinyl got the hold of the aux cord. It's like, yo, dude, pass the aux cord. You better not play trash. You turn on the CHS rally song.
Throw on I Am Octavia.
Or it's like, you better not play trash, and it's the VeggieTales theme song.
I was wrong. There are 3 characters worth seeing in this thing: Sunset Shimmer, AU Twilight Sparkle, and Vinyl Scratch. Vinyl Scratch isn't just there for fan service, like she is, but she contributes to the plot too. Like, she's the reason why they're able to beat the sirens, because she's got that beastly sound system.
Yeah.
Like she's got a better sound system than Bugattis have speakers. And you ever hear the bass on those things?
I hear they're incredible.
I'm just like, man.
I'm sorry. I can't hear the sound of my radio over the sound of my 16-cylinder exhaust noise.
It's like, damn, no wonder why Vin Diesel likes using Italian cars. I mean, sure, they get actors killed, but you know what? They're nice.
But then again, his old reliable is a Dodge Charger RT, like a heavily souped up one.
Well, even Vin Diesel makes dumb decisions.
What?
No, I'm kidding.
Charger was amazing.
Yeah, the old school Charger.
Yeah, the new one.
The worst Charger, the San Diego's. But the point I'm trying to make here. That's who the Rares are playing.
Don't tell Eli Manning that right now. Daddy, I don't want to go to the Charger.
Eli Manning's a little bitch, okay?
Every time he throws, look at his face. He looks retarded when he throws.
He's like, yeah, catch the ball now.
I did my part. Can you finish it?
Oh, hold on. Are we talking about Eli Manning now or Tony Romo?
Oh. Okay. Or Jay Cutler, for that matter.
This is so weird. Do bronies even watch football?
Well, I remember back in, what was it, Super Bowl 48, I want to say, where it was the Seahawks versus the Broncos. And you had what regular sports fans sees, and it's the 2 emblems, and what brony sports fans see, it has a recolor of the Seahawks as Gilda and another recolor of the Broncos as a Pony OC.
So yeah, this movie though. Just to fast forward it a little bit, because we've established that they the Crystal Prep guys are total wifey bait. We've established that the songs, at least in my opinion, aren't too memorable. Not bad, but not too memorable. We don't even, honestly, I feel like I don't even need to mention animation anything when it comes to anything Friendship is Magic related, because even the fan animations aren't that bad half the time.
Here's the thing.
Here's the
gosh darn thing.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Thank you. I just lost my train of thought because of you. You're fired.
No, I'm fine. No, you mentioned something about I mentioned the animation, and then you were going to jump on
yes. The animation, the only bad thing about this series when it comes to animation is their running cycle. They look like they're kind of like hopping from foot to foot. It looks really weird. It's especially apparent in Legend of Everfree, but you can definitely see it.
I mean, the pony animations are pretty good. Like, you know, like they were always okay, but they got better as the show went. But yeah, the human animations have always the human running animations have always been a little on the so-so side, I will admit.
Yeah. So let's see, what else can we say about let's talk about the finale of the movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say next is the boss fight.
All this time, Twilight she repurposed her little anemometer device thing, which I find it funny because now you have Pony Twilight and Hurricane Fluttershy and Human Twilight in this movie, both having those kind of devices. She repurposes it into this weird thing, this weird like fortune cookie looking thing that can detect magic, and it can take the magic from it. And throughout throughout the movie, each of the main six embrace their element in some way. Not quite as well as I would have hoped, especially with Rarity. Fashion is my dream, and she ponies up. Really? Really? I already hate you enough that you're not a great character in these movies, and now you have to pony up because of fashion? Are you kidding me?
Hey, man, Josh Haber can only work with so much, man.
That's true. Anyway, but he did Castlemania, and that worked out so well. But then again, he did write Rarity as, I want to get these tapestries and fashion them up. But it was better in that episode, okay?
Yeah, no, we are in agreement, sir. We are in agreement.
Let me think. Again, I lost my train of thought. What the heck is wrong with me right now?
Well, you know, I can understand, because when you're coming off the last, you know, month of Avenged Sevenfold and Metallica releasing albums, Rogue One coming out, Doctor Strange coming out, it's kind of hard to recount events from a movie you saw some months ago. That was okay. That was only okay, whether it's those latter three things. Well, Doctor Strange is okay, but when three of those four things are like really, really dope.
Yeah. But anyway, you know, every time they pony up, her little device steals the magic. Cinch finds out about it. And also throughout the movie, there's little portals that happen before she closes up the clasp of the device. Cinch goes up and blackmails her again. Unleash this magic. We can use it to win. I don't care what anyone does or how people are affected by it. We're going to win.
What a dick.
Uh-huh. So it happens. The magic is unleashed, and Twilight turns into Midnight Sparkle. Now, you were saying you didn't like this because it didn't feel like it was.
It just didn't feel. It just didn't feel like they fleshed out Twilight's basically what Twilight went through the entire episode, because she was bullied and blackmailed, harassed pretty mercilessly by Sunset Shimmer by something that was genuinely an accident, but when she became, and I guess you can make the argument that she got possessed by evil, but throughout the whole thing, you know, the movie kept up playing, you know, selfishness, this, curiosity, that, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, you know, Twilight didn't even mention, like, she only did it because she was blackmailed. They didn't even try to go for, like, a vengeance angle. They just kind of did they kind of just did a rehash of when Sunset Shimmer turned into Twilight shitstorm or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what I feel about it anyway.
Yeah. In my opinion, I like it because I've seen it happen in real life. Not the whole magic thing or anything like that, but I've seen people change when they get new positions of power, especially at Amazon. I had a manager when I was in Stowe Very approachable guy, very nice guy. And he was a tier 3, so he was one level above me. That's fine. He's now an area manager, which is a step above that, where you need a degree and everything. He is now totally unapproachable and totally like, no, I'm going to tell you what to do, and I don't care what you say because I'm the boss, sort of thing. So I see what they were trying to go for as a metaphor. And I think they pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah, well, when you explain like that, I mean, I still don't, I'm still not too big a fan of it, but, hearing that side of it, I get it, but I don't know. It just, I guess just because, it wasn't it wasn't what I thought they were going to do. Like, I mean, I didn't hate it, but I was just kind of like, on it. But the resolution was nice, when they threw in Spike the dog being, the reason why she's all cool now. And then there's that little stinger in the end where Pony Twilight comes in the world, sees human Twilight. And when I first saw that, I'm just like, why isn't the universe imploding? That's a paradox.
Okay. Here's my question, though. She just came from a time paradox. How is she not?
Oh, yeah.
Because she comes in, sorry that I wasn't able to respond. I was dealing with the season 5 finale. It's no big deal.
I completely forgot about that.
And I like how the movie came out before the season 5 finale. It came out the same day as Made in Manhattan.
I mean, it didn't really give anything away from the finale, but
yeah, but it was interesting and it got us thinking. And then we get to the finale and we're like, this really sucked.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to compare to Tyrek.
Very true. But Chrysalis and the Changelings came in the very next season, and look how that turned out.
Well, John, life is hard, and sometimes it's not about winning. Sometimes it's just about seeing the next day.
And friendship.
Yes, and friendship. So that's Equestria Girls, the friendship games. Obviously better than Equestria Girls, and some people liked it a little more than Rainbow Rocks for different reasons. But in my opinion, not as good as Rainbow Rocks. Whereas
it's a good follow-up, though.
Oh, it's a good follow-up. Definitely a worthy follow-up. It's got the Return of the Jedi thing, where it's just like the sequel before it was so good that it's like, how do you follow that up? And it's just like, they replaced the Siren Empire for the Crystal Ewoks.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm trying to remember what I gave Rainbow Rocks. I gave Rainbow Rocks a straight 10.
I think so.
Well, let's just say I did, because I'm going to give this one a 8.5 because it is really good, but it does have its few shortcomings. But it's not. It is in no way a bad movie. It's an enjoyable cinematic experience that you can enjoy on Netflix.
Mm-hmm. I would give this an 8 because, like I said, it's not as good as Rainbow Rocks, but it's certainly better than Equestria Girls. So it's right in the middle there with an 8. And Human Twilight was great. The movie, let me just say, when I first saw the movie, I went up to I went to a meetup to go see it with my girlfriend, now fiance. And when I first saw the movie, I was like, they're trying so hard, but it's kind of difficult for me to get invested completely. And then I watch it again. I'm like, yeah, this is actually pretty damn good. I like it. So, yeah, 8 out of 10.
Well, like it or not, that's the end of it.
And I'm John, and this is how the cookie crumbles.
Yeah, so next is Legend of Everfree. I need to actually watch that one. It's on Netflix, but I haven't gotten around to it. Mainly because besides Overwatch and Final Fantasy 15, mainly it's because I've been powering through Young Justice, which is really good.
Well,
everyone should watch Young Justice.
I will say you have some time because it is the end of the year. We're not going to post on Christmas or New Year's because we will most likely have plans, number one. And number two, these are times you need to spend with your families. So go spend them with your families. Have a wonderful Christmas and a happy New Year. And we will see you at the first of the year for Legend of Everfree. So that's it from me, John.
And me, Snakes.
And we will talk to you guys later. Peace out, Dragon.
Fa la 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 la. Goodbye.